Hello, guys. Sorry for my voice. Welcome to my live streaming. Hello, guys. Again, this is I am a singer, eternal voice. Welcome to my white world. I'm just eating my dinner with chop suey, a very delicious and yummy chop suey. Okay, and I had just eaten a while ago also my yogurt. Okay, fortified with probiotics, good bacteria for good immune system, improve digestive health, improve good heart, something like that. Okay, for our immunity and disease defense mechanism, and also this is vegetables mixed in this chop suey, right? A combination of repolyo, cabbage, and tomato. Tomato contains lycopene, which is used in medicinal purpose, acts an antiviral agent also to heal any diseases. Also, okay, the triggers to prevent and control any cardiovascular diseases and any cancers like that. Okay, so most of the substances are organic substances really. So we can really see or we can really say, yeah, it's okay, right? So that most of the medicines are highly organic. Okay. For example, I will give you one example for the vaccine. It consists flavonoids. Okay, for medicinal purpose. It will act also as an antibacterial agent like this to to inhibit, right? Inhibit or to stop or to kill or to control the, you know, cancer cells like this, okay? Or any presence of carcinogens that will lead to cancer diseases, right? Okay, chronic diseases, something like that. Okay, so most of them are organic. That's why my live stream today is about organic chemistry, a K to disease prevention. And I choose that title to be more unique, something like that, though it is quite uh, misleading, okay, because I don't specify really the examples, okay, but it's general because organic chemistry is too general, right? But it leads also a very interesting title if you will just follow me right now in my live stream, and I'll be able to discuss later what are those organic compounds that are really a K for disease prevention, something like that, okay? But by the way, we are not limited for that also. We need to discuss also the chemical reactions. Again, always like that. Chemical processes also a bit showing molecular structure formula. Also, as usual, right? Like that. Do you know also that when you eat liver, okay, liver from the chicken, liver from the, what do you call this one? Meat or pork. Nice to say liver from the pork. So what's the correct term for that? Liver for the pig, from the pig, then liver from the beef. I read it a while ago in in Harvard University Public School of Health that if you eat liver, that is also one causes of improving the health also of the human liver. Really, it sounds awkward, but it's stated there. If you eat liver from the animals like chicken, pig, and cow or whatever like this, then it can also improve the health of your liver as a human. Okay, double check that one because they have also uh, case study for that, or experimental data to account the reliability, okay, the factual data for that also, okay. But that was a long time ago I read that one, okay, because I subscribed their newsletter, Harvard University's Public Schools of Health. I always read their health science also information there, but it was stopped. They are not sending anymore to me regarding health issues or health topics. Okay, that's what I've read before. Okay, just double check that information. Okay, maybe it's limited only, a small portion only that you will receive the good health benefit of eating liver. But there I found out and I remember. Okay, because there's liver mixture of the chop suey here. Okay, And I love to eat also liver. Okay, I love liver. Okay, my God. Mm. Okay, my God. Now I eat salad. I eat this one because it's not all the time. I cheat for a while. Okay, I'm eating this one, but it's not overeating, right? It's only just minimal. Okay. It doesn't mean that if you are in the, exercises, you are in the rigid workout, going to the gym, doing your, jogging, running, or whatever, aerobics, yoga, whatever, you cannot eat any more good food or sweetie food. I can still eat also, but in a minimal amount, something like that. Okay. Or the frequency will be not continuous or regular. So it will be better for that also. Okay. Because I really crave for something like this also. Okay. And it doesn't happen all the time. Because this is not my preference food. That's why, but I love to eat. It's very delicious, right? Okay. You want to eat macaroni salad. My gosh. Mm. Oh my gosh. Yummy and delicious. Okay. I just discovered the formula of flavonoid, okay? The medicinal organic compound as one of the component of the vaccine, okay? I really find out the molecular structural formula, how that behave, okay, in the inside the chemical reaction, in the blood vessel. After that, I developed a headache. Too much difficult, really, with the very deep terms. Because it's more on medical issues and terms I cannot understand properly. Okay, but I can work more on the chemical reactions, but in the terms, I cannot understand very well. Okay, then all I have to do is to analyze the behavior like this, like this, but I cannot properly, comprehend really, and my head is very painful after that, and I stopped. Really, okay. I investigate how that flavonoid behave inside the blood vessels, blah blah blah, so and so, and then how it improve the immunity of a person. Then I discovered the formula like this, like this. I'll show you the formula of one of the ingredients of vaccine, which is the flavonoid. That is under secondary metabolites, okay, organic compound. Okay, the same story also because the doctors, the scientists are really seeing this compound, and then they incorporate this in the vaccine during preparation of the raw materials. Okay, like that. So that we can see also what's the formula of that flavonoid as an antiviral agent. Okay, the formula is it's not that very difficult, but the very difficult is the how you interpret that in relation to the disease prevention. Because I'm not a doctor, okay? So I am working more on the chemical reaction, chemical process, how it behave, how it will inhibit, how it will stop something like that. I cannot interpret more on the prescription side. Why it should be the dosage should be like this, the dosage should be more or like that. I cannot interpret well. Okay. So I stopped because my head is too much painful after that. Okay, but I memorized and I examined the chemical formula for that flavonoid antiviral agent, which is the component of vaccine. I will show you. Okay, like this. There are three benzene ring. Okay, like this. Okay. Remember that secondary metabolite, okay, belong. So this, uh, you have also the phenolics, right? The phenolics, the terpenoids, and the alkaloids. Remember that one, right? They are secondary metabolites. but this flavonoid is under phenolics, something like this, okay? So they are not really useful in the development and the growth of the cells in our body or in the organism, living organism, but their functions really concentrate more on the how to counteract and to defeat any viruses, bacteria to occur in a certain living organisms. It could be a plant, it could be an animal. So the functions of secondary metabolites is always like that. So imagine, so this is very useful as an raw material or as an ingredient in any kind of medicines. They will just research more on the secondary metabolites. They will not go on another area because it's noted that secondary metabolites are really functioning to fight against any diseases causing microorganisms, bacteria, and viruses, though they are not helpful for the growth and development of your organs in your body or to any living organism. So that's why they will input that in any medicines also. Okay, flavonoids. Okay, if you check the medicines, they're always something like that. And tell me if there's no flavonoid, maybe there's only the reaction or the composition of the flavonoid, but it's still flavonoid also. Okay, because there are a lot of behavior for this flavonoid. Because flavonoid is basically general. We have also alpha, blah blah blah, flavonoid, beta, blah 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 blah, and then okay, so it's under the family of flavonoid. Okay, but I'm showing you the general formula. So I'm telling you that this flavonoid organic compound has a characteristic and a trait of healing any wounds and diseases and fighting the bad bacteria and viruses in the immune system or the health system of an individual. Okay, that's why in the vaccine, this always present, 101% sure. Okay, so this is an organic compound. So my title in my live stream today is Organic Chemistry, a K to Disease Prevention. Okay, isagad na natin kasi ano ito viruses ito di ba? So it can kill a person. So viruses can kill a person. It belongs to ill health diseases. If you talk about occupational safety and health, okay? So those ill health diseases under the coverage of chronic diseases. Okay, chronic meaning you cannot develop that quickly. Okay, you can develop it after let's say 1 year, after 2 years, after 3 years, like that, or even less than a year, but not 1 day, 2 day, 3 days. Okay, because that's acute diseases. Okay, that will occur immediately, something like that. Okay, this is under chronic diseases or ill health diseases. So the organic compounds that are useful for this are under primary metabolites, which are the phenolics, alkaloids, and the terpenoids. Okay, they have the same function. Okay, like that. But in terms of plants, they will be able to fight the herbivore. Okay, this is the organism that will try to eat them, the leaves, the stem. So herbivore, right? Those are organisms that will eat them. That's it, their enemy. So the function of this primary metabolites, okay, like this, and then it will have also secondary metabolites, blah blah blah. So the same thing. They are belong to the same family. They will fight or let's say repel or they will try their best to fight against this herbivore. Okay, herbivore. Okay, organisms that kills them. Okay, herbivore. And then for the human being, okay, our is the viruses, the bacteria, like this, the germs, okay, the bad microorganisms, the carcinogens, the pathogens, like this. Okay, what else? The allergens. Allergens also can cause disease. Okay, same as carcinogens. Those are substances are really not good for our health. Okay, it can lead to adverse health effects. Okay, the allergens. Okay, when you eat certain food and then you will feel itchy. So after that, you will feel a disease, an indication or a symptom that you have a further disease. So it's just related also, right, to diseases, right? But in the initial stages, okay? Because normally it's a symptom if you feel itchy and then your skin are, too much dry. So initial symptoms or initial stages that there could be something happening to me, something like that. So what kind of diseases that are starting to develop, something like that, okay? So we should also fight carcinogens. So the same thing. So in short, since we are eating the plants as our main source of food, okay, we can intake also these three phenolics, alkaloids, and terpenoids. And specifically, flavonoid, we intake that also in our daily basis, but not that enough to really fight as compare as this studied in the laboratory to be inserted in the vaccine, okay? Formulated well with according to the composition that this is the necessary percentage or amount of flavonoids that will try to have a good efficacy to fight this viruses, bacteria like that. Though we have the natural flavonoid also when we eat the plants because it's present also as a secondary metabolites. Okay, but not enough because of the dosage needed to fight those bacteria and virus. Okay, like that. But for normal diseases or normal ones inside our body, then it can function regularly also as their normal function. Okay, like that to fight diseases or initial stages of the diseases to occur. Okay, so those are organic compound and organic chemistry. So we need to say okay to disease prevention, right? Any objection so far with the title of my live stream? Okay. Okay, going back to the formula of the flavonoid. Actually, there is not this is not only the ingredients, there are others also. Actually, we have the lycopene, blah blah blah, and we have the Nangerine for I think so for the lemon. If you drink lemon, and it will also remove the some of the fats and some diseases there that will occur in your liver, something like that. Okay, I could not really make it specific, but more on the general point of view. Okay, like that because I'm not a doctor. It's always my excuses. I'm not a doctor. Something like that. Okay, like that. So this one is gonna be like this. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then like this. Actually, aromatic hydrocarbon. If you see like this is an aromatic hydrocarbon. Okay. So if you get a sample of that vaccine, for example, I will buy AstraZeneca, okay, like then Pfizer or what we call the Sputnik. What the other one from the Russia? I forgot the name. Russia vaccine. Get a sample and go to the laboratory and analyze the components. Sure, there are flavonoids there. Okay, component. So I'll show you the formula of the flavonoid and how it behaves and how it react. Okay, because there's a certain attachment there that will react to something. It's just disguise, like then the virus will attract because oh my god, I will go there, and after going there, they will be killed immediately. Like that attract to them, something like because it's very just like catching fish, right? You put something in the in your and then when you get like that, the fish will be okay. You can get the fish. You will put on the what do you call that one? The string, something like that. It's just principle like that also in the flavonoid because there's an attachment there that will attract these viruses and the bacteria like this. Okay, I will put the this is the formula. Okay, there's a benzene ring. Okay, the formula of benzene ring is just like this. There are two double bonds inside in the interior part of the aromatic hydrocarbon. When we speak of aromatic hydrocarbon, it is a ring. A ring meaning to say it could be six sides, five sides. It depends as long as it is a pentagon. Okay, like this. And it is their structure. Okay, because we can no longer what do you call this one? You cannot divide them already. It's very difficult to divide them. That's why we make it short, making this as a symbol like this. Okay. Anyway, we can also break that one to carbon, 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 but it's very hard because it's too difficult to to break, causing too much paper, and you cannot understand properly. That's why they make it like this. Scientists do this, okay, as an alternative so that it can be compressed to be easily understood. Just like in mathematics, you have a simplified answer after your long answer, then you have to simplify your answer if it is divisible by 2 like that. Okay, so that it will be simplified after, just like here in science also, to make it simplified, understood easily, then we make like this the formula: a ring, a benzene ring, okay, no, polygon. any sides, okay? But usually 5 sides only, pentagon and hexagon only, okay? I forgot if I have, that was 20 years ago taking my organic chemistry. I don't know if there are 4 sides, hydrocarbon ring, I don't know. I forgot really, sorry. Okay, so here is the O, my gosh, O. Oxygen, of course, right? And then OH. Andiyan na naman tayo sa OH, remember? Okay, like this. Do you know that most of the microorganisms and bacteria and viruses love to be in the water? There's a connection for that also. Love to swim in the water, okay, or love to be there in the water because they feel something special in the water. Okay, maybe it can contribute to their energy. Also, we don't know, right? Because they need also engineer to. They need also energy, engineer. They need also energy to survive those bad bacteria. Of course, why not? They cannot grow if they will not need energy. So maybe they can also obtain energy from the water. And take note, our body composed of water. All organs of our body are organs. Normally, our respiratory system is very also watery, something like that. Not very wet, but there's a water portion, something like that. Okay, that's why oxygen is released, carbon dioxide is released. There's a portion of water there, something like that. Okay, and then this viruses and bacteria will have to go there also because of water. And these flavonoids have OH, negative OH. Okay, so normally this hydroxyl will attract the H of water. So what happened? These viruses will be also carried by the water. So after that, they will be trapped with this flavonoid and then they will be killed, something like that. You know the principle behind? Okay? Because most of the bacteria are going to the water inside our body. Okay, and this flavonoid has an OH hydroxyl group, which is a polar, okay, polar organic solvent. And then it would react there, and then this bacteria also will go there, okay? Especially if they are still in the minimal amount, if they occur for the very first time, something like that. For example, you are healthy and then you are contacted by somebody that has COVID-19. Sorry, it's not allowed to mention the COVID-19 in the live stream. Okay, maybe I will be blocked. Okay, because according to the live streaming, never mention blah 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 so and so. So maybe I will be blocked if I will upload this later on. So I will just say COVID-19. Okay, understood to be that. I don't want to mention. Okay, so if you have COVID-19. Okay, and then for the very first time, your respiratory system. Now, if you have an enough level of flavonoid, okay, I will tell you something. If you have enough level of flavonoid, I discuss now. Okay, if you have level enough of antioxidant, okay, antioxidant. If you have enough level of vitamin C, okay, and if you have enough level of probiotics. Okay, these are all organic chemistry. That's why organic chemistry, a K to disease prevention. And that is my title, right? So this is related. That's what I discuss now. Okay, flavonoid, antioxidant, vitamin C. These are all organic in behavior. Okay, and the probiotics. Probiotics is under also organic chemistry, right? Okay, if you have this enough in your body, and plus the white blood cells, enough level of white blood cells. Okay. Okay, and then the antibodies will be there. If you have enough white blood cells, you have the leukocytes, okay, leukocytes, the phagocytes, okay, the lymphocytes, okay, the actigene, and the antibodies. The antibodies and the actigene will act as a partnership with each other to fight also the bacteria. And you have so many friends to help you in your system. See, I have here so many, how many? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 disease prevention weapon in your body. It's impossible that these viruses and bacteria will not be dying for the very first time. Okay, if you will try to go to your respiratory system. Okay, now if your immune system and this 1 to 10 can improve and your immune system to be strong. Now, if you have weak immune system, that's the time that the viruses will win. Okay, they will be winning there, and you can develop the COVID-19. Okay, so because your resistance is very weak, you cannot resist anymore because your immune system is very weak, something like that. Okay, or you have so many diseases already, and then okay, you will be lost and defeated. That's why you are now a patient of COVID-19. Now, if you have so many like this in your body, I mentioned flavonoid, antioxidant, vitamin C, probiotics, white blood cells, leukocytes, phagocytes, lymphocytes, antibodies, and actigens. Bingo! This virus will kill immediately, even though you are not vaccinated. Okay? Okay? Because vaccination is not prevention. Vaccination is protection and treatment, not prevention. Very clear? This is not prevention. This is not an assurance that you can no longer receive the COVID-19. Okay, if you receive the vaccine, okay, but you are still lacking of the 10 organic medicinal organic compound I mentioned, then the bacteria and viruses will also win, especially you have a weak resistance, even though you are vaccinated. Okay? Because as I told you, vaccine has only these flavonoids. Now there are 10 to improve our strong immune system, right? So including also the minerals, the vitamins, okay? Sorry, I forgot. Vitamins, the nutrients, okay? The enzymes like this. This will help a lot in our body. Now, if you have only flavonoid is present in the vaccine, okay? And you rely on the vaccine only, there are still other, defense mechanism for our disease. There are at least millions of them to try to improve the level for that, so that even though you are not vaccinated, you will still receive that COVID-19. Okay? So that's not an assurance. It will help a lot, but not an assurance that you could no longer be contacted with COVID-19. That's the doctor always telling that every time. Okay, if you read in the newspaper, if you listen to the TV, or even to the World Health Organization or CDC, okay, Controls of Disease and Prevention Center, okay, they will always say it's not an assurance if you are vaccinated, even though the Pfizer is 90% up efficacy. Pfizer is the most effective of all vaccines, okay? Pfizer, Pfizer, okay, like that. It's not an assurance, but better than ever also. Okay, because this 10 also organic substances is that also very difficult also to maintain. Okay, for example, if you lack too much sugar, carbohydrates, too much fat in your body, too much cholesterol. This also mentioned 10 will not function properly. Okay, so there are also times that this will be lost, this will be minimal only, so it will not also function to their best ability. Okay, for example, I'm very fat, I am very obese, like this, and I'm drinking too much alcoholic, my stomach is very big, and then I have symptoms of high sugar. These 10 organic substances will not also function very well. So better for you to receive the vaccine also. But if you are very healthy, normal, strong immune system, and these 10 organic substances in your body are functioning very well, in adequate level, administered in adequate level inside your body, then bingo. Even though you are not vaccinated, you will not receive the COVID-19. Okay, even though you will go to those people very near, okay, providing you use the health protocol, the mask, okay, the hygiene, okay, in combination with this, because we will not also rely for this also, because we don't know, we don't have level this in our body. Okay, I'm talking to you the ideal and perfect organic substances, medicinal organic substances that we are needing in our body. But we cannot expect this all to be inside our body because of our poor healthy diet system also. Some of us will not eat fruits too much. And how can we obtain probiotics? How can we obtain vitamin C, right? So you have lack of vitamin C. So that's why others are buying multivitamins also, vitamin C, okay? Because others don't like eat fruits directly. Okay, others also don't want to eat vegetables. They don't like, okay? So we cannot expect this 10 organic substances I mentioned, always present in adequate amount inside your body to fight the bacteria and viruses that will try to accumulate in your respiratory system for the very, very first time. Okay, that was very clear. Now, okay, so it would be better to eat a healthy lifestyle, to intake a healthy lifestyle, than personal hygiene. Okay, follow health protocols, something like that. Then maximum protection or treatment, you should be vaccinated, and bingo, like that. Okay, then even though you are not vaccinated, as long as you have this all in your body and you have the personal hygiene like this, health protocols, you follow everything, then it's impossible you can receive that COVID-19. I'll tell you frankly. Okay, even though you will be associated to those, for example, 6 COVID-19 patients, and you're the only one now. Okay, and you always put mask like this, and you do the personal hygiene every time. Okay, you take a shower 3 times a day, and you have this vitamins, you have this organic substances, medicinal organic substances in your body, all in an adequate amount. You will not be contacted by that COVID-19, sure, even though you are the only one who are not contacted out of 10 people in that room. Okay? Okay, because we have the point of entry, the nose, the ear, the mouth, and the pores. And if you keep on shower, washing our feet, washing our hands, sneezing like this, it will be removed for the very first time, those bacteria, because they are very lighter. They are not heavy, and they are almost very, very small in diameter, that we cannot always see them in our naked eye. We cannot see in our naked eye, and they can be easily, if we try to sneeze, they can easily flown by the water, filtered by the water. Okay, that's why personal hygiene is very important also. Okay, like that. So if no personal hygiene, even though you have also this 10 organic medicinal substances in your body, so that would not also help a lot, because you are not really sure. Because we are not a doctor, and we are not investigating every time these organic substances in our body. Are we sure that this 10 or 15 medicinal organic substances are inside our body? I think we're only sure that the vitamin C is there. How about the others? Okay, so that's why we need to have personal hygiene, follow health protocols. You should be vaccinated like this. Okay, my point only is ideal. So if you okay, like that, that's why there's a relation. You have to choose the right food to eat. Those have nutrients, vitamins, flavonoids, antioxidants, vitamin C, probiotics. Probiotics very important not to fight the bad bacteria. Okay, bad microorganisms, and it will help grow our microbiome inside our body. This microbiome is a group of bacteria that function very good inside our system. So they try to develop our cells to be stronger enough to fight those bad bacteria. So if we keep on eating yogurt, okay, drinking Yakult or any probiotic substances or food, then bingo, we have a good bacteria inside our body. Then the bad bacteria, the viruses cannot win, something like that. Okay, aside from the vitamin C, okay, very clear, huh? Okay, that's very clear. Okay, flavonoid, antioxidants, vitamin C, probiotics, okay, white blood cells, mainly the leukocytes, the phagocytes, the lymphocytes, like this, the minerals, the vitamins, enzymes, the nutrients, okay? Like this. If they function all in adequate amount in our body, then bingo, virus and bacteria will never win. You are always healthy all the time, okay? Like this. So this can boost our immune system, okay? Because the function of immune system is to defend from bad bacteria or any cancer-causing diseases or any disease-causing bacteria that will try to be inside our body, something like that. I mean, we should be also clear the point of entry. So many point of entry, right? The nose, the mouth, the ear, okay, the pores of our skin, okay, especially when are having a wound, then treat that immediately, because that's also a pore that the bad bacteria will go there, okay? After bleeding, you cut small cut only like that one, then treat that immediately, because that is only also a source the bacteria will come in, the germs like that. Okay, so there's so many pores, holes like that. So that's why we need to conduct personal hygiene. Okay, every time. You can take about 2 times a day, 3 times a day, like that, or anything. Okay, after the work. Okay, because so many bacteria outside. Okay, then maybe the bacteria are just penetrating on your skin. They don't go yet. Okay, because they try to find a exact hole for them to go, something like that. Okay, there's also very clever. Okay, if the human being is clever, this viruses and bacteria is also very clever. Okay, like that. So that's why. Okay, that's why we drink lemon juice. Okay, because for the very first time, if this bacteria will go there, bingo, acidity can kill them. 2.2 pH of lemon juice, and this viruses have a very, the pH is, they will die at a pH of acidity. Remember in chemistry, if it is acidic, the pH will be 1 to 7, right? Okay, that this bacteria could not resist in acidity environment. Okay, so this is a specific environment I told you a while ago, right? In a biochemical engineering study, we need to take note the behavior in the study, in the actual test in the laboratory, okay, in the, according to the specific environment. So this is related to the temperature, like this, pressure, like this, concentration. So acidity is part of concentration, okay, like that. So if too acid, then bingo, these viruses will die immediately. That's why advisable we intake lemon every day, okay, before breakfast, okay, before breakfast, something like that. Okay, so no chance for them to be in our system. Okay, but it requires too much effort to do, right? And we cannot do about that. That's life all about. Me also, I'm very tired of, squeezing the lemon every time. It takes, I'm very lazy also to do that, but I cannot do, I have no choice. I have to protect my health. Okay, like that. So squeezing every morning, like that. Okay, and then, so you drink that without any solid food first. Okay, and then drink lukewarm water. Okay, so that it can kill other bacteria there also, because the temperature is a little bit hot, HOT. Okay, before you intake your breakfast, the solid food, start it with the liquid first to soften your, digestive system. Because imagine if you, for the very first time, you wake up in early in the morning, what will happen if you introduce solid first in your system? Normally, it will be pressured. Okay, solid is very heavy compared to liquid. Common sense. Okay, if you eat immediately, for example, if you eat biscuits immediately without putting liquid first in your body, so that biscuits have a high molecular weight or solid, then it will be pressured, and then there's a tendency that fatigue of our organs there. So that's why I'm not a doctor, but I just researched this one. You should input liquid first before solid every morning. A hot water, okay, or a coffee, something like that. But since today is a pandemic, prior to that, you should do the lemon juice drinking prior to your coffee or lukewarm water before the solid food intake. Okay, because solid is very heavy. Okay, normally, right? It's heavy. What will happen? Okay, so to our organs. Okay, something like, especially if you eat food that have shells, for example, or hard skin, shrimp. Okay, shrimp. What else? So many like that also. Hard lean, something like that. It's not good for digestion. Okay, a lot. There's a lot, right? I cannot mention you right now because that is not our main topic. But there's a lot of food that is very hard to digest. Then, if you try to intake that in the morning first, what will happen to your organs? Okay, large intestine, small intestine, which is the gut, GUT. What will happen? So that's why also, if you keep on doing that, you are abusing that one. You did not intake liquid also. After 10 years, after 15 years, you will develop a colon cancer. Okay, because that's not good. It can broken the cell membrane of our intestine. So we need to really drink liquid first above all things. Okay, liquid. Okay, for the fluidity. Okay, for the flexibility of our cell membrane. Blah blah blah. Okay, that's the clue there. Okay, in the morning. Okay, going back to this organic medicinal substances, ha? Okay, Oh my God, too much talkative. I forgot to draw the flavonoid formula. Okay, sorry. This is connected only, okay? Like this. Too much on my mind and I connect it to discuss to you. Okay, never mind my English, okay? This one. This is the flavonoid. Okay, this one. Okay, one benzene ring with 3 double bonds, and then one also hexagon with oxygen single bond in the upper portion, and then the second. This corner meaning this is the carbon. We did not emphasize because that's the rule of organic chemistry. If you put the polygon or the aromatic hydrocarbon, this is polygon. You don't have to put the carbon anymore. Okay? Like this. Here is the carbon attached with another benzene ring. So benzene ring meaning 3 double bonds in this position. Okay. Actually, the formula of flavonoid is very simple, but it is in the OH part because that is hydroxyl group that act as a polar substance. Okay, this is the powerful attachment of the flavonoid. That's why it can attract the bad bacteria, okay, the viruses, so it can kill, okay, something like that. Because this flavonoid has really the characteristics of killing this viruses, bacteria, and then this OH is his powerful accessory. Accessory one term non. Okay, OH. Okay, like that. Okay. Just like the cholesterol also have an OH. Okay, so it attracts all the cholesterol head will attract to the water, but the tail will never attract. Okay, that's why it will not easily develop also directly to your blood vessels. It will take longer time also to develop there. So meaning to say, if you have a high cholesterol level, meaning to say you really abused your diet because by theory and by scientific research, that cholesterol is not really hydrophobic completely. That is amphipathic structure. The head of the cholesterol, okay, is the one who will be soluble to water in the polar environment because of the OH of the cholesterol will react to the water. OH negative will react to the water on the edge of the water, okay, during the reaction in the this reaction is hydrolysis, something like that, right? Water plus, substance or salt, something like that, okay? If you add something water, that is hydrolysis, or it could be a hydration synthesis, something like that. It depends on the, what do you call this one in English? It depends on the context of what you are referring to. Okay, if you say hydrolysis, it's more on the salts. If you say hydration synthesis, it's more on the polymerization reaction. But it's the same. There's an addition of water. Okay, but the principle is just the same. The mechanics, the behavior, the functions, but only the terminologies are different. Something like that. Okay, it's the same behavior, and the tail will be the hydrophobic. Okay, so meaning to say, the tail of a cholesterol. I will show you the formula of cholesterol. Okay, I investigate this also. Okay, the formula of cholesterol is like this. Oh my gosh, I want really go to the laboratory and really how this cholesterol behave because it's not enough for me for only talking only, right? So I need to investigate really the data like that, and I will try to connect that in the technology. So I love to experiment something like that in the future. Oh my gosh, the future pa talaga. Really, because I really need to study to continue my masteral education in environmental science in the future. If I stopped, right? I told you I did not finish my masteral course. Okay, like this. Okay, going back to the cholesterol formula. Woman na nakutuyo the flavonoid and the cholesterol formula have the same hydroxyl group. So meaning to say, the polarity is very high. It will be attractive to water. Okay, but this flavonoid is a complete package to have a high affinity to water, to react to water, to be soluble with water. Okay, that's why it's easily to trap the virus and the bacteria for this flavonoid. That's why they use this as a component in the vaccine. Okay, that's the point there. Okay, then cholesterol, okay, has also an OH, but the problem is this cholesterol is a 50-50 behavior, amphipathic structure. It acts as a hydrophobic, okay, insoluble to water, and act also hydrophilic, soluble to water. So that's why it take a long time to be deposited in our blood vessels because of that, principle. Okay, so if that means if you have a high level of cholesterol, you did not manage well your proper eating manner. You keep on eating sugar, carbohydrates, excess fatty foods like that, and also drinking too much alcoholic beverages, something like this. It can cause also cholesterol deposits. As I told you, triglycerides, right? Okay. So I don't have to mention again over again. Okay. If you are following my live stream, better memorized so that you can understand further what I'm talking to. Okay, like that. So this is cholesterol. Okay, cholesterol has four aromatic polygon, or shall we say aromatic ring in organic chemistry. Okay, like that. Honestly, when I was in college, I don't love this. Okay, now I create interest for this because of the bio part, because of the human life. Because I am a human being, right? I need to survive like that, and I want to make my life beautiful here on earth, and I want to live life to the fullest. And then if I abuse my life, if I don't control anything, what I eat, what I drink, then it's a problem for me. So that's why it goes back to the study of organic chemistry in relation to epidemiology and some health science and medical science in combination of our anatomy inside our body, something like that. Okay, so that's why it create me an interest for this vlogging and live streaming. Actually, my focus and concentrate, my experience is not on the science, it's not on medical, in epidemiology or whatever. It's on occupational safety and health. But I love to expand more my learning, which is also related to health, right? Occupational safety and health. That's why in safety we keep on talking about health hazards. Okay, like that, because what will happen if our health will be destroyed? So we cannot work anymore. Okay, that's why, so it's related to OSH also. So definitely science vlogging, organic chemistry, biochemistry, blah, 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 chemistry, is related to health. Okay, backbone in understanding the medicinal science, medical science, okay, something like that. It's related really to OSH. Okay, and in a big perspective related to our Mother Earth or the environment. Because the people are living inside the environment and they interact with the plants, the animals. That's why we have ecosystem. Okay, like that. So we need to have better interaction to our nature. Okay, something like that. But the problem is we abuse also our nature. Okay, sometimes. Okay, there's a lot of pollution in the air, in the land, in the sea. So there's no perfect ecosystem we have now already. So okay, so it depends on the person because there are also other persons that preserve also the environmental management, the good waste management system, the good waste minimization practices or whatever. Okay, but we cannot force people to be like that also, only if you can be counted as that. Okay, because nobody will tell you to be like that unless your course is you are an environmentalist. Okay, like that. But if you are not working in that aspect, you will never care also for that. Sure, 100%. Though others are caring, but not so many are caring. Okay. For example, something like that. That is an act of being a good environmentalist, helping our planet Earth to sustain. Okay, in how many years? Okay, so sustainability of our planet Earth against any land pollution, sea pollution, and air pollution. And I thank you. Something like that. Okay. My gosh. So we have the four aromatic rings. I'll show it to you so that you can understand. Okay. I'm very fast talking, right? But please, if you cannot understand, then you can also ask me. Then I will. There's a chat in the right corner of this live stream. You can check here, Sir Sotero. I cannot understand something. Like I want to clarify that. Okay, as long as it is related to science and the topic particularly organic chemistry. Okay, like that. Okay. So you are focusing on organic chemistry as a key to disease prevention. Okay, like that. Okay, going back. We'll try to connect this one with the other one here, right? Okay. So sometimes it's very what do you call this one? Very confusing. Oh my gosh. Talaga confusing talaga. Okay. This one. Okay. We have CH3 here. Okay, and we have like this also. Okay, okay. There's a technique for this, huh? Okay, like this. So the pentagon, five sides, right? Pentagon. Always remember the mathematics nomenclature also, ha? The pentagon, hexagon, pentagon, heptagon, nonagon, decagon. That's also useful in the medicinal science and then organic chemistry. Okay, like that, especially in the topics of morphine, opium, heroin, analgesic substances, pain reliever, like that, painkiller, medicines. You should take note that also. Okay, because most of the medicines are built up or composed of organic compound, something like that. Okay, so meaning to say we cannot survive without organic compound. Okay, like that. So CH3. Okay, here. My God, too much CH3. I don't like. Oh my God, ganon. CH3. CH. You may wonder, Sir Sotero, why not CH4? Okay. No, because the basic and the simplest form of alkyl group starts with CH3. Okay, not CH4. Because if you think also that way, CH4 is a methane gas or natural gas. Okay, the one Qatar produces, right? Natural gas, CH4 by nature. It's not by processed, it occurs by nature. Okay, naturally. Okay, CH4 is a gas. And then you will not band here in the, cholesterol and the flavonoid. This is not a gas. Common sense, okay? You understand? The formula is always attached with CH3, not CH4, because CH4 is a gas. It's a natural gas. Okay, then this is a compound. Then it's impossible to attach that in the formula here. Okay, because you are trying to picture out the hydrogen bonding like this because we are used to have hydrogen 4 because carbon has a 4 electrons in the outermost shell like this. Forgot that at this moment in time. Okay, like that because you need the carbon to be stable like this. Okay, so forget that for a while. Okay, my gosh, because CH3 is the simplest alkyl group to be attached in different organic chemistry functional group. What are those organic chemistry functional group? We have the aldehyde, the ketone, the ester, the alcohol, the carboxylic acid, something like that, okay? So those are the functional group in organic chemistry. So the medicines that we have now to treat or to prevent any diseases it's either with this organic compound, okay? It could be the form here, okay? Like that, something like that. So like this, just like this is a alcohol. See, both flavonoid and cholesterol have an OH attachment. So automatically we can say they belong to the alcohol family. Okay, sa ganito, pag alcohol family have OH negative as a charge. Okay, since these organic compounds have an OH attachment somewhere on the carbon atom on the aromatic ring, then it is automatically an alcohol family. Though it will not function as an alcohol, okay, but belongs to the alcohol family, just like methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol, cholesterol. Oh, see, have an OH. But this flavonoid is very special because there's no OL at the in a word. Okay, but sometimes it can act also like that in that way, but belongs to the alcohol family, something like that. Okay, so to be not really precise, to general only. Makalagot ba yan kayong organic chemistry? Okay, imagine see the ketone. Okay, the ketone, dihydroxyacetone, makapungot kayo siya because dihydroxyacetone is a sugar. How can the acetone can be a sugar? See? So, meaning to say, these organic substances can act in another behavior or can act in another function if you study deeper their functions. Okay, it's helpful in the ketosis, right? During burning of calories and fats. internal process of burning the fats and calories, you can remove your ketone substances, which are the hydroxyacetone, the fructose, and the ribulose during starvation, ketogenic diets, prolonged fasting, intermittent fasting, workout to the gym, any physical activities, jogging, running, biking, aerobic exercise, yoga, those activities that sweat, SWAT will be removed from our body to break down the larger molecules into smaller molecules, which are specifically the wastes or the toxins. Okay, very clear, right? That's why we need to use up this ketone. And do not be afraid that sometimes you will be get hungry easily after your breakfast. That is not really a true hungry. That's only the proper function of your ketone, your ketosis. Your stomach like that. It's not hungry. The ketone functions only very well. Metabolism, okay, like that. It's not hungry because in science, all food is to be digested a maximum of 6 hours. If you eat your breakfast at 6 o'clock in the morning, so 11 to 12 in the afternoon is the normal function. You will be get hungry. Then why you get hungry in the 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock? Answer me. So that's impossible. Okay, you deviate the principle of science because the food will be digested 6 hours or 4 to 6 hours, and then you get hungry after 2 hours. That means your ketone sugars are being breaking down in the metabolism. So just leave it. Do not eat. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Because I don't know that before. Okay, I don't know that before. When I study more, research, and I understand really that's the big principle behind. And I keep on practicing that. And then, I have a flattened stomach like this. And my blood flow circulation is very working well. My blood pressure is very good, 120 over 80, like that. And my wounds easily be healed, like that. Okay, I don't have normal diseases such as headache or whatever. Okay, and I don't take multivitamins. I don't take vitamin C. I don't take vitamin D or any supplements. But I survive. I am healthy. See, because I research more. To be proactive is to research more, to add knowledge. Because not all the time we have money. So those products we need to buy, right? What if we don't have a job in the future? How can we survive? Okay, good for now we have a job. But in the future, 60 years old, 65 years old, you have the money now, you don't have, and you rely on your insurance. What if you don't have an insurance? What will happen? So it's best to have knowledge about health science and disease prevention, not relying to the doctors also, because the doctors are dependent on money. They will not prescribe you this. You will not give money to them if you will not pay money to them. So the best thing to do is to learn something, okay, so that you can act also a doctor by yourself. Okay, even though you have no technology, okay, even though your profession is not a doctor, but your knowledge may be same as doctor. We don't know, right? So that's good. Okay, additional learning to save your life. Okay, to endure your life for a healthy lifestyle, something like that. Okay. Okay, going very serious, right? This is not a comedy, a jokes like that. Very boring live stream. Okay, like this. Okay, I accept that. Okay, this one for this is the formula of cholesterol. Wow. So Sotero, why like that? There's no OH. Yes, there's an OH here. Gilan rata mo. Charot. Charot lang. Like this, OH. The purpose of OH is really to reactivity purpose or polarity, to react with the watery environment or, in the polar environment, the water usually, the liquid medium, okay? Like that. Something like that. Okay, this is here in which we go to the water, okay, like this. This attached to the water. So this is the head of cholesterol. And the tail is somewhere here, tail. Okay, tail. Just like us, we have the head, we have the feet. But the feet is the tail, something like that. The same analogy. Okay, the head OH will go to the watery environment. Okay, so the tail will go to the non-polar environment. So it's in the layer of the phospholipid bilayer. They will go there. I draw already at my previous vlog, right? Live stream. He will go there. Now, if you have too much like this, they will go there in the cell membrane and it will sink because the higher molecular weight, the cholesterol, and that's why you develop this cholesterol too much in your blood vessels, the cell membrane. Okay, like that. Okay, because the tail is very heavy. The tail is very heavy. You know, heavy than the head. That's the purpose there. The tail is very heavy compared to the head. So by chemistry principle, the more it is heavy, the more it contains a high molecular weight. Then, as we can remember, the tails of this cholesterol are mainly a chain of carbon and hydrogen, which are saturated fatty acid. Okay? That's why it will go there and stuck to our blood vessel after a long period of time. It cannot be removed because the head only will go to the water, so it will not be going out in urine. Okay, like this. Because it does not have a very high molecular weight. Okay, like this. By principle, the more heavy, the more it will sink, right? Common sense. Okay, the more it will pull downward. Okay, if it's heavy. Okay, no need to explain further for that. Okay, so in this cholesterol, the more heavy is the tail because of high molecular weight. Okay, long chain of carbon and hydrogen, which is 18 atoms of carbon. Imagine 18 carbons of atom and 36 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so it will pull down. By time being, until pulling, then it will stuck to the blood vessels also, and the cell membrane, and then budding, it will deposit there, and it will make our artery to be hardened enough because there's no oxygen until transported there in our heart, and then problems, heat stroke, heart attack, like that. Okay? So, if you have a high level of triglyceride, high level of cholesterol in your medical exam, and high level of sugar in your medical exam, there's a tendency you will develop those diseases, cardiovascular diseases, heat stroke, heart attack, especially when it deposits. Because this is very heavy, really. Long chain of carbon and hydrogen. Imagine 18 atoms of carbon of cholesterol. Okay? We start there. Okay na. Carbon atom has a molecular weight of 12 grams per gram mole, plus the weight of the hydrogen, which is 1.008 grams per gram mole. Then times 18 for the carbon, and there are a lot of hydrogen, 36 times 1.00. That is the molecular weight. So it will really normally go down to the cell membrane, okay? In your body. That's why you need to have regular exercise or cutting the sugar. There are two choices actually. Cutting the sugar, cutting the carbohydrates, eat the healthy food, and to do exercise. If you don't love to exercise, of course. Okay. That's common sense. If you don't love to exercise, okay, no problem about that. But cut your carbohydrates, sugars, intake of alcoholic beverages. That's no other choice, right? Like that. So that you cannot develop that diseases or rest when you reach 60 years old, 65 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old. And take note, if you have so many deposits of cholesterol and sugars, your collagen also will be affected. Collagen, protein, you will not become strong anymore when you grow old because there's a relation between protein. Okay? What is the formula of cholesterol? Lipoprotein, right? So collagen is a protein. It can contribute protein also to the cholesterol because of the lipoprotein. Okay? He may get the source of protein from the collagen. Now, if you get old, you have no more protein. Something like that. Okay? Because it's used up too much by your cholesterol. You understand? Okay, low density lipoprotein, bad cholesterol. High density lipoprotein, good cholesterol. These two components, organic components, have protein in the term, lipoprotein. Where this protein comes from? It comes from other sources of protein through carbohydrates like this or the other organs that stuck there, and plus the collagen protein. Now, if your collagen are already consumed because you are now old, what will happen? So your cholesterol will become more bigger or higher in your system, something like that. Okay, so you need to buy again medicine, maintenance, multivitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, frequent regular visiting to the doctor, check like this. Because when you are younger, you did not take care of your health before. That's why you suffers now. Something like that. That's the principle behind. Okay? You understand that? Or you don't have knowledge about that before when you are 20 years old, 30 years old. Just like me, I don't have knowledge when I was 20 years old, 30 years old. Just now when I reach 40 years old, I have this knowledge because I really read, I really research in my free time after work, okay, like that. In the break time, I will search the website like this. I'll never spend idle in my time. I always read. That's why I have this glass in my eyes. Okay, this has a purpose. Okay, like it doesn't that you wear this eyeglass is just for, only for decoration, like or it has a purpose really. Aside from my eyes have a 70 and 50. Okay, no, my eyes is not really that perfect anymore. Okay, that's why I use this one also. I go to the ophthalmologist, to the optometrist. That's why I get this glass. Okay, like due to reading also. See, due to reading also, I developed that in my eyes. See, I used also when I was young. Too much study. Okay, when I study, I sometimes I read books when I sleeping. Sometimes I watch TV when I was also sleeping, and then the ophthalmologist speak. It's not good to your eyes because your retina, like this, it's not on the proper angle, and it will be strained after how many years. There's a lot of explanation about. That's why my eyes are not really perfect anymore. That's why I buy this one. Okay, this one, this glass. Okay, so if I know that before when I was 10 years old, 15 years old, maybe I don't have this glass because I will take care of my eyes also. See, that's the effect. Okay, so that's why I have this because my eyes are not functioning properly well. Okay, like that. Okay, but as text and health, I need to develop more because my eyes is not really that perfect anymore. How come my other organs also inside my body? Okay, inside my body, sorry. Okay, so that would be a multiple disease now problem. Okay, that's why I keep on eating foods also that rich in vitamin A. Okay, rich in vitamin A such as the carotenoid, beta carotene, the carrots like this. Okay, source of carotene, vitamin A for good eyesight because I know also my eyes are not functioning very well. The eyesight, my eyesight. Okay, but it's no longer a prevention. It's already a treatment already. It's good if it is a prevention, right? Already a treatment. Okay? So, or protection. Better talaga, prevention. Prevention is better than cure, right? Like this. Okay, this is the formula of the cholesterol. Okay? And now we will have the general formula of cholesterol. If you count the carbon, it is carbon, charot, 24 atoms of carbon, 46 atoms of hydrogen, and oxygen. Something like C24H46O. And you may ask, Sir Sotero, why only O? Of course, it's distributed carbon and hydrogen, something like that in the here in the reaction. Okay, this C24H46O. For example, you take an examination. Blanc is a chemical formula of cholesterol. Even though there are no choices in the A, B, C, D, you can answer because you memorize the formula and you understand very well the behavior, the molecular structural formula of the cholesterol, the function of the cholesterol, why we need to prevent, like that. Then you can answer perfectly in an examination, something like that, okay? Or multiple choice, like this, blah, blah, or fill in the blanks, or enumerate like this, okay? How many carbon atoms in the cholesterol? A, 36, B 20, C 24. Of course, 24 because you know that already, right? Something like that. So there are questions like that also in the board examination. Okay, something like that. Okay. So you have to be alert. Okay, something like that. This one cholesterol and this one. Again, let's recap what are those organic medicinal substances as a key to disease prevention. So we have flavonoid under secondary metabolites, okay, or antioxidants to fight free radicals. So, Sotero, what are free radicals? Those are charges that will attract the bad bacteria and the viruses will come to your immune system. So that's the function of the antioxidant, so that it can protect your cells to become healthy all the time, your cell membrane. So no virus will go there in your organ because the free radicals, even though the charges are highly attractive to those viruses and bacteria, there's an antioxidant that will prevent. Okay, so that's antioxidants. Three, vitamin C. Okay, to prevent the initial stage of the inflammation or the what we call as a scar, SCAR, or wound. Okay, like that in different organs in your body in initial stage. Okay, that's why you have to have rich in vitamin C. The formula of vitamin C is ascorbic acid, 6 atoms of carbon, 8 atoms of hydrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen. It's always be like that, so we will know the formula also. It's not enough to say vitamin C. I should know the formula of vitamin C. Okay, something like that. Who knows, it will come out to the examination, whatever. Okay, number 4, probiotics. What is the purpose of probiotics? It will improve our health. It will have a good digestive health in your gut, GUT, the intestine, the large intestine, the small intestine, like that, and improve your heart health also. Okay, because this is a good bacteria that will fight the bad bacteria, something like that, in your microbiome family inside your body. Microbiome composed of microorganisms, bacteria that are very good bacteria, and microorganisms that will fight those bad ones. Okay, that's why we need to eat probiotic substances also, like yogurt, okay, Yakult, and other probiotics products sold in the market. Okay, number 5, white blood cells. So why you put the white blood cells? Is this an organic substances? Yes, there's a formula for this, basing on the hemoglobin. Remember the hemoglobin? It's basically the same. The red blood cells and the white blood cells are having the same characteristics but different functions. Something like that. It's under hemoglobin, right? Okay, then it will carry and transport the oxygen and nutrients into the different parts of your main organs, the brain, the lungs, the heart, that requires nutrients and oxygen to survive and to keep them alive. That's why we are also alive. Okay, like this. So those are white blood cells function is also a disease defense mechanism because it is a leukocyte. Okay, what is a leukocyte, sir? Leukocyte is composed of phagocytes and lymphocytes. The phagocytes will catch the bad bacteria, and the lymphocytes will kill the bad bacteria upon catching, something like that. So we need to improve the white blood cells in our system. Sir, how can we improve the white blood cells in our body? Okay, like that. So take care of your kidney. Okay, kidney helps to manufacture white blood cells. Okay, like that. Or eat some foods, the unsaturated fatty foods, fatty acids. Okay, good for the kidney, something like, or any foods that good for the kidney. For example, the pineapple, like that, or anything that is good for the kidney. Because I'm not a doctor, but anything that is very good for your kidney. Okay, for the white blood cells. Okay, like that. And then also rich in vitamin D. Okay, vitamin D. Okay, like that. This is a principle for the white blood cells. And we have also the acti gene and the antibodies. This acti gene will act with in complementary with the antibodies. They will fight also the bacteria. Okay, something like that. It will comes in your system. That's why it's called anti, because these bodies, meaning the bad bacteria, the bad viruses, they will fight that. But before these antibodies will function, he need the help of the acti gene. Okay, acti gene will provide him too much energy so that he can perform properly to fight those bacteria. That's why acti gene and antibodies are complementary with each other. They are friendship. They are friends with each other. Okay, antibodies. Okay, like that. And then we have also the minerals. No need to mention, minerals keep us strong. Like vitamins to be discussed. I don't know the other vitamins also because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a pharmacy, but I'm telling you that there are a lot of vitamins to be discussed. Okay, but this is helpful to our immune system also, for stronger immune system. And then we have vitamins, nutrients, and minerals like this. So 10 organic substances, yes, okay, to okay to disease. And talking fast like that. Gosh. And my next vlog is all about identification between functional hormone, oh my gosh, and enzymatic reactions. Oh my gosh, lumalim. Enzymatic reactions. Oh my gosh, lumalim. Enzymatic reactions. Okay, inside our body. Okay, maybe enzymes, hormones like that. So the technique, that is an enzyme, it will that is INE like this. Okay? Kasi nakalibog siya because the amino acids are related also to the nucleobases, also to the nucleic acid, and then you have to, you have to scrutinize and investigate really the technique. Okay, any questions so far? But before we end this live stream, I want to show some functional group formula so that we may understand very well before taking up the functions and behaviors of these organic compounds and organic substances. So basically, organic compounds and organic substances can save lives. Okay? No question about that, right? Okay. That's why we prefer organic rather than artificial food like this or synthesized foods. We like organic foods rather than artificial food like this or synthesized foods. We like organic foods because organic is really, have medicinal traits, medicinal characteristics, something like or properties. Okay. So not all, but anesthesia, the formula like this, the okay, so the ibuprofen, okay, on the bottle medicine, there's also a formula for that. Okay, each ingredient on the syrup have equivalent organic molecular structural formula. If you try to investigate everything, I think you will be crazy. Okay, but we need only to show the overview only, not really the complex one. Okay, try to investigate the behavior of those ingredients and components of the ingredients and components of the medicines. Could it be antibiotics, capsules, syrup, anything? It deals with organic chemistry, okay? Organic compounds, most of them, okay? I think it's also inorganic, but most of the time organic compounds really because there's no artificial involvement, okay? Like this artificial, compositions, meaning natural, like this, very strong, very like this, very effective, like this, blah blah blah, so and so. Okay. And now I'm going to show you the functional group. Okay. But I forgot what is the formula of ether. I forgot the ether. Okay. Sorry, I really forgot that one. Ether, ether. You're taking organic chemistry now. Please tell me what's the formula ether. I forgot. Okay. Oh my gosh. I will show you the others only, ha? Research, our research ether also. Okay, gosh. Lahat na lang research. Okay. Like this. Okay. First, aldehyde, number 1. Aldehyde functional group. Aldehyde. Okay, the aldehyde is have a 1 carbonyl group like this, double bond oxygen, 1 alkyl group, and 1 H. This one, this is an aldehyde. And now, so let's have an opportunity to talk about aldehyde. Aldehyde is used as a fungicide, germicide, and an insecticide. See? Very powerful application, right? We just don't know this formula, but the application is very helpful in our modern world today. This aldehyde act as a or used as a germicide. Not only that, This can be used also during baking of cookies like that because it can produce the caramel, the vanilla, like this, the cinnamon in the bread, okay, and the camphor, something like that. So it's related to cookie making. So aldehyde is very important in the reaction. You cannot produce those food without the action taking place in this. Yes, it exists like this. We don't know because you are not studying the formula. Okay, but this is the formula makes the food tasty, makes the food smell very good. So that's due to the aldehyde group, R alkyl group, and one H. Okay, rating aldehyde, right? And one example of an aldehyde is a formaldehyde. So here is formaldehyde smells good. No, it's not. That is used for embalming a deceased person, a dead solution in water. Okay, you have to involve water there in order to become a formaldehyde. So it will be used in embalming when somebody died. Embalming, okay, like that. It can be also used in tanning process, okay, in the pulp industry in making paper, right? Like bond paper, papers, and okay. So this is the question. Also in the glue preparation. What is glue? GLUE, glue. That's not an adhesives, right? And then it will stick to the paper. Okay, so meaning to say this aldehyde is very powerful. Okay, so formaldehyde, it's not smells good. Only the benzaldehyde. Okay, oh my gosh. So there, these are all aldehyde family. Okay, something like so. This aldehyde example is a benzaldehyde. So this makes in perfume. Okay, we don't have perfume now if there's no benzaldehyde product. Okay, or we don't have the benzaldehyde raw material, then we don't have perfume, we don't have cosmetic products, and we don't have dye aside from the formaldehyde. That's why formaldehyde is used in the laboratory in the operation of the flag. Okay, you would put formaldehyde, something like that. Okay, during operation. Okay, not only the person. Okay, for the embalming, formaldehyde will be used also there. Okay. So 40% solution in water. Okay, something like that of this formaldehyde. Okay, this is an example of aldehyde. Okay, now you know it's very useful. Okay, and number two. Number two, oh my gosh, carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid, yeah. Okay. Carboxylic acid. There's no other choice. Okay, carboxylic group. Carboxylic group. Or acid na lang siya. Okay? Or group, pwede naman siya. Okay, it's either carboxylic acid, carboxylic group. It's okay, okay? So it is one carbonyl, double bond oxygen at the top portion. Okay, then one band two or single band two hydroxyl group. Okay, and then one alkyl group like this. RCOOH. This one. Carboxylic acid. What are the animal fats? Okay, the vegetable fats like that, the saturated fatty acids, the unsaturated fatty acids, the trans fats, everything. French fries, caboose, rice, like this. Okay, the pork, the chicken, the cheese, the batter, the cake. Okay, these are the formula. RCOOH. A chain of carbon and hydrogen, a long chain of carbon and hydrogen chain, something like that. Okay. Remember this, that if it is a fatty acids or the carbon chain is 18 atoms, okay, to 24 atoms maximum, but the most common is 18. Okay, but we have also the minimum one, which is the palmitic acid, which is having only 16 atoms carbon for that. So it's gonna be palmitic acid, stearic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid, something like that, and the butyric acid. Oh my God! So what is butyric acid? So butyric acid is found in the refrigerator, if the oil will become, okay, that's an acid there. Okay, and you have also butyric acid. Butyric, Butylic. That's an acid found when you cook, right? When you cook them. Okay, so in the process of botulism, oh my gosh, I remember only in the process of botulism, the botulic, ganon. So you will develop a cancer for that if you keep on repeating the oil to be used. That's a botulism. Okay, that with oil, you keep using the oil. It must be used only twice, maximum of twice, no more than that. Or better, only one use for the oil. Do not reuse the oil. Okay, like that. So there's a botulic acid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just review that also. A botulic acid in the process of botulism. So this can cause cancer. Okay, if you keep on repeating using that oil for several times. Okay, it will trigger the weakening of your muscles like this, and you will become tired, fatigued, something like that. Okay, so these are all carboxylic acid, including the pyruvic acid. Okay, but generally the palmitic acid has a 16 atoms carbon only, and the highest is 24, and I don't know. Okay, it doesn't mention there the specific acid that has a 24, but it's specified there up to 24. Okay, like that. But most of the times, the fatty acids are 18 atoms of carbon. Okay, remember that 18 atoms of carbon, a minimum of 16 atoms of carbon, and a maximum of 24 atoms of carbon under carboxylic group. So we eat this every day. Okay, we cannot survive without this because fats are very useful, right? To act as a fuel, to drive our body's metabolism and muscle functions. Meaning to say, if we don't have the fats, then we cannot stand. We will have enough muscle, solid muscles to stand. Okay, because that's the use of the fats. Okay, aside from controlling the substances in and out from the cells. Okay, or for the electrical insulation inside our body, because we have also current and electricity inside our body, for electrical insulation, to control the substances in and out of the cell membrane, and to act as a fuel to drive our body metabolism, okay, and support muscle functions. So there are a lot of functions for the fats. Okay, that's why we need it. What is bad is we overconsumed or over the dosage above 150 milligrams per deciliters. Again and again, I always repeat that one. Okay, so this is carboxylic acid functional group. Okay, so you know already the uses for this, right? And now we go to number 3, which is the ester. Oh, gosh, ester. So you know what ester? Ester is undergoing a hydration synthesis or a polymerization reaction. Okay, it will be produced along with water by reacting the carboxylic acid and the long chain of alcohol compounds. So I'm going to say carboxylic acid is mainly the saturated fatty acids, to be specific, right? But it is only named as carboxylic acid plus the long chain of alcohol compounds, meaning to say that is organic compound, not the inorganic compound, because long chain, okay? The inorganic compound of alcohols is not a long chain. So the long chain will be the organic compound alcohols, something like that. So ester and water can be produced by the reaction of saturated fatty acids, or generally the carboxylic acid plus the long chain alcohol compounds, which we are referring to as the organic compound derived alcohols. Okay, I don't have to show the reaction because I'm only giving the overview. Okay, like this. The ester is general formula is like this. R O C, like this. Like this. Okay. More difficult compare. So R, single band O, single band carbon, carbonyl group, double band oxygen at the top, and one R at the side. Okay, so this is the ester. R represents alkyl group, which is CH3 is the simplest form. It can vary. It depends on what you attached, as long as there is always carbon and hydrogen. But the simplest is the CH3. Okay, and then and above, because we still have butane, ethane, hexane, pentane, heptane, nonane, decane. Okay, octane is for the gasoline. Okay, like this. That's why we have gasoline, because of this is okay, because of this alkane organic compound, alkyl. Okay. Number 4, we have and the esters also appears in the steroid hormones, ha? You know the steroid hormones? I mentioned that already. Okay. The function of steroid hormones are very important in our metabolism, controlling the salt and water balance. Okay. Also helps also our immune system to be strong. Okay. And it will cure or prevent any inflammation of our organs also. Like that, it can withstand us through any diseases. And the most important use of steroid hormone is for the developmental sexual traits, for the hormones, 6 hormones of a boy and a girl. Okay, for the girl or the female is the progesterone. Okay, derived from the estrogen and the androgen binding derivatives. And for the male, we have the testosterone. Okay, and testosterone plus the androgen binding derivative is equals to the sperm cell. Okay, so you cannot produce sperm cell if there's no androgen binding derivative, because you will add this to the testosterone to produce a sperm cell. Okay, but generally we are referring to the testosterone as a male sex hormone. Okay, because the sperm cell is already an action when a person do something, right? But if you don't do something, it will remain as a testosterone. You understand the point? Okay, if it will be released in your body, or you do sexual intercourse, it will exist naturally. It is a testosterone. Okay, so if you do something, and then that's the time androgen binding derivatives will be added to that, and it will produce a sperm cell. Okay, and the girl also producing egg cell. It will not produce an egg cell if there's no action also after the derivatives will be added to the uh, progesterone, something like that. Okay, female cis organ, and then the estrogen. Okay, estrogen and progesterone actually. Okay, my gosh, the steroid hormones. Okay, under the esters. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is the alcohols, right? Alcohol. Alcohol. Sa'yo na kayang alcohol. Okay. Ikabalaka ng alcohol kay Puerto Rico. Sa'yo na. R, OH. Ganun lang siya. Ang alcohol, there's no carbonyl group. It will directly bonded. Alkyl group will bonded automatically to hydroxyl group. It's okay because the alkyl group has carbon there, right? As I told you, CH3 already. But there's no special carbon in the center, just like the other functional group of organic compound. Okay, that is alcohol group. Okay, such as the ethanol, methanol, glycerol, propanol, like this. And when we use that also every day in our life, especially for the first aid treatment, if we get wounded, we use alcohol to prevent any, bacteria from coming in, something like this. Okay. Number 5, we have the ketone. I love this ketone really. Of all, I love this ketone. My gosh. Ganon. The most simplest example of ketone, later I will show you, is acetone. Okay, acetone we use in our home, used as a paint thinner. Okay, and it's used as a nail paint remover. It will remove your manicure, like this, blah blah blah. So that's the purpose of acetone, and also for writing in the whiteboard. If you put acetone, it will be removed, the ink. Okay, it will be erased by using the acetone also. Okay, like that. So that's the purpose of acetone. This is the simplest form of alketone, which has the formula of, okay, I'll show you separately. Carbonyl, double bond oxygen, CH3, like this. This is the formula of acetone. Okay. This one. Acetone. Okay, acetone formula, the carbon is still in the center, the carbonyl group. There's a double bond in the upper portion, which is an oxygen, and side by side we have the alkyl group, which is the simplest form of alkyl, which is the CH3. Okay, so this is the acetone. Okay, like that. So if you can break down that to a general formula, you can say it that way, CH3, because the examination, especially in chemistry, organic chemistry, it will not be put like this because it's very difficult for the computerized examination to put the double band, the unshared electron. They will never do that, okay? So that's why they will never ask, what is the molecular structure formula? They will always ask, what is the general formula or the empirical formula? They will never ask the structural formula, really sure. Okay? Like so, you will simplify that into another general formula such like this. CH3CO and CH3 like this. This one. You can rewrite that as CH3CO, CH is just the same. In doing the general formula, you don't have to emphasize the double bond, the triple bond, and the single bond. You should write that in a straight line manner or in a linear manner. Okay, like this. Linear meaning one straight line. Okay, H3, CO, H3. And then since you know that there are also common, just like in algebra, right? There's a common denominator. Like you have also to group the common elements. Okay, so there are two CH3. So you can write this one like this. CH3, okay, close and open parenthesis, 2CO, like this. Okay, it will be simplified as close and open parenthesis CH3 with a subscript of 2 because CH3 is multiplying itself by 2 because there are two CH3s in this general formula plus the CO. Okay. In short, in the general formula, it's not your focus, it's not your concentration to emphasize the double bonds, the single bonds and triple bonds, or the straight lines. Okay? You don't have to specify the covalent bonding, how many electrons are being shared, how many electrons are not being shared. It's not your purpose for that general formula. It's not also practical to do that all the time. When you buy in the market, it's not like that. Okay, you never ask the structural formula. Maybe the formula only, but not this one. But in the market, in the global market, they always use the trade name of the product. Trade name, not the chemical formula. Okay, unless you are really expert for that. For example, you're a chemical engineer, you're a chemist, you're a biochemical engineer, then you are focusing also the formula sometimes so that you can easily buy that exactly what you are referring to, then it's an advantage. But most of the time, it's always the trade name. Product name will be there. For example, acid, muriatic acid. So that is hydrochloric acid if you take the formula. But in the market, it's written muriatic acid, something like that. Okay. And then we have also the aquasinada. Okay, the hydrogen peroxide. It's not written then hydrogen peroxide in the label. Maybe in the nutrition, in the formulation. Sorry, if chemical products not nutritional fact, it's a chemical formulation facts. The ingredients, it's not the same with food. Sorry. Okay, like that. Okay, it's written there, but this one is written in the words. Muriatic acid equivalent to HCl. Okay. Aquaxinada equivalent to hydrogen peroxide. Okay, like that. The trade name and the product name that is common to everybody. Okay, like this. So that's the formula. Acetone. Going back to the general formula of acetone. Ketone. This one carbonyl, double one oxygen, and then R, like this. Okay. This is the ketone. Okay. More closely related to the aldehyde, but the other side is only H, something like that. Okay. So that is a ketone. Now we are asking, Sir Sotero, what is the purpose of ketone? Very, very useful. The ketone bodies is very useful in the ketosis process, as I told you over and over again, in our metabolism. Okay, to break down the fatty acids into wastes in our coming from our liver, going to the bloodstream, and it drives our motor, the fructose, ribose, and for the dihydroxyacetone, ketone. Okay, there are also sugars. So it's very crazy, huh? Most of the ketones are behaving like a sugar, but not a sugar that is sweet. Okay, you get the point? It's not sweet, but it's still a sugar. This ketone can be found usually in sugar. That's why the dihydroxyacetone, even though it belongs to the acetone family, it's still in the monosaccharides or the simplest sugar carbohydrates because ketone usually found in sugar with that principle behind. Okay, like that. So ketone bodies are for the metabolism. That's why we have the process known as ketosis from the word ketone. So ketosis, an internal process of burning to waste, something like that. Okay, so those are the specific to be converted are dihydroxyacetone sugar, the fructose sugar, and the ribose sugar. Okay, like that. Okay, and some are saying fructose is because it will result to sucrose if you in your sugar in your coffee, which is the white sugar, then plus the sucrose stuck in our body, which is the true hydration synthesis product from glucose plus fructose. So you have so many sucrose now in your system. Okay, so you need to conduct exercise, running, jogging, physical activities to remove your sweat, blah, 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 glucose, galactose, ribose, and glyceraldehyde. Okay. Okay, so through that, you will minimize drinking alcoholic beverages also because it can contribute to glyceraldehydes, closely related to glycerol. Okay, because oxidized, okay, by the alcohol through dehydration, too much glyceraldehyde in alcohol. Okay, like that. It's very difficult to state. Okay, again, which is aldehyde, it ends in DE, which is aldehyde family, but it belongs to the sugar family also under the simplest aldehyde. Okay, and then it will become a sugar alcohol because it is produced by dehydration of alcohol, which is the glycerol. Okay, so you can drink alcohol in your juice like this. Okay, plus the ribose. So, Sotero, what is the ribose? How can we find the ribose? It's responsible in the ribonucleic acid and the DNA, the genetic information. We need sugar for the genes to function very well, for the genes coded information and instruction to function our hormones properly inside our body. Okay, so that we can think properly. Okay, we can do properly like this. We can think normally because that's the job of the hormone. Or else all of us are full. We cannot think properly, just like the ants, just like the goat. We don't have a good mind. If we don't have the proper hormones, okay, like that. That's the purpose of the RNA and DNA coded genetic information and instruction. The ribonucleic acid will manufacture DNA to encode, to transmit these genes, something like that, through sequencing of the nucleic acid. Okay, like that. Remember that one? I discussed already, right? Uracil, guanine, thymine. So those are pairing with each other to produce the appropriate genes in our body. Okay? Because if those genes were not matching with each other, so your baby will be abnormal, like that, not normal when the mother will release that, okay, because the genes are not properly matched during the protein synthesis between the DNA, the RNA. That's the reason why there are abnormal babies like that. They cannot special child. That's the reason because their genes are not properly matched with each other according to the protein synthesis of this nucleic acid sequencing. Okay, that's the effect. Okay, it will be affected if the mother will drink too much alcoholic, smoking, because if we keep on smoking and drinking alcoholic, the nucleic acid also will not function properly. So how can we produce the right genes if our nucleic acid will be damaged through cigarette smoking, alcoholic drinking, like this. It will affect guanine, okay? Like, and the cytosine. This will be paired along with the sugar and the phosphate, right? Like that. Sugar, phosphates, and the nucleobases will produce the right and appropriate gene. And that gene is really coded to produce a genetic information and instruction properly after matching properly the sequencing of those acids, nucleic acids. Okay, it will not be matched. Sometimes you will be crazy, fool. You will jump on the bridge like that. You will undergo suicide because your genes are not properly working at all. Okay, because you cannot think properly. So the the neurological effect in the brain will be affected. Okay, for that, especially the hormones will not function properly. Okay, jump to the bridge like that. It's an effect also of that inappropriate sequencing of your genes. Okay, you understand? Your protein synthesis in your genes are not working properly, so you cannot think properly also, and eventually you commit suicides, something like that. You kill yourself, something like that. That's the effect of the genes, improper sequencing of the nucleic acid, and your thinking in neurological part of your brain will be affected. You cannot think properly also. Okay, so that's why it's a disease or a disorder. Okay, already though they said they don't have that disease, but it's a disorder. Okay, because if you are a normal person, you don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to commit suicide due to the bad health effects inside your body. The main reason there is depression, stress, and those are derived by the stress hormones, right? You remember the stress hormones? We have the cortisol, we have the adrenaline, we have the dopamine, we have the serotonin, we have the melatonin, we have the muscone, okay, we have the cortisone, we have the sterocorticoid, something like that. Those are hormones, right? If you remember that one. Okay, so later we'll be discussing that also. Okay, those hormones are affected. That's why you think abnormally and you kill yourself because of the stress, because of the depression, like that. Okay, so there's a relation. If you know also the signs, you will never kill yourself. Okay, because abnormality, okay, and bad decisions also is an effect of, it's an effect of poor knowledge regarding health science, something like that, or medical science in relation to the backbone, which is the pure sciences. It could be biology, chemistry, physics. It's gonna be three only all the time, right? Earth science is not included in our body. That's another geological science, mineral science, earth science, planetary science, the astronomy, like that. It's not related to our body, right? So it's only biology, chemistry, and physics. It's more really on chemistry and biology, partnership with each other to have a good business, to make us alive. Okay, partnership, biology, chemistry, and physics, then we can have a good profit. Okay, our profit is to let this person survive for 100 years old. Charot. Okay, like that. Ketone, so this like this. Without these functional organic substances, frankly speaking, we also die. Okay, because we need this every day. We are just not seeing this, but it's inside our body. Okay, through plants, through food, through water, through liquid intake. So that's powerful, really, organic chemistry is. So that's why organic chemistry is a key to disease prevention. Okay, let's end this live streaming. If you like this video, if you like this live stream, then you can like if you want, and then you can comment also if you want like this. And if you are not yet subscribing my channel, you can subscribe my channel too if you want. You have the option if you want, right? I'm not forcing. Okay, and then if you want also to share, then share to anybody else so that they can have also a little information about pure sciences in connection with health and medical sciences. Okay, and then particularly organic chemistry here, this live stream. Okay, any questions so far? If I have mistakes and errors, then tell me. You can chat in the rightmost portion of the chat area in the screen. Oh my gosh, like that, or so that I can put that in my description in my uploaded video later on. Okay, I will issue error statement. I beg your apology, blah blah blah, so and so. It's gonna be like this, maybe like this. Error statement is natural. Okay, that's the process. Okay, because I cannot proofread because this is not a book. This is verbal. Okay, how can I proofread? This is verbal or audio or video, something like that. Okay, just like a book. When you finish the book, then you have to review. That's called proofreading or proofread to check the mistakes and errors. But I cannot do that because I'm speaking immediately on the spot. What comes out on my brain, then it is already like that. And if I cannot notice it is wrong, then it will be totally wrong. Then it's better for you if you're listening. Then you can object. Sir Sotero, blah blah blah. It's the opposite. It's wrong like that. Okay, and I can manage to issue an error statement or what we called as in English an errata to put in our description in the title of my uploaded video later on. Okay, thank you so much for watching. This is again Eternal Voice. I am a singer, Sotero. Thank you so much. Bye bye. God bless everybody. Mwah. See you later. Charots.